All right, so you got your first argument construction returned to you, and it has a score associated with it, some number between 0 and 100. And if when you look at that score, you think to yourself, cool, I can totally live with my 83% or my 95% or my 100%. And I don't want to think about this assignment anymore. I want to put it in the rearview mirror and move forward. Great. You don't have to watch any more of this video. On the other hand, if you look at your score and you think, man, that's just not the score I was hoping to attain, then you want to make sure you continue watching this video, because I'm going to explain to you exactly what you need to do to pick up points for problems that you didn't earn full credit. All right. So the way it begins is you open up the grades in Canvas and you'll find what your score is. I got a paltry 72.5 out of 100. That's not a score that I'm content with, because I remember how the grading system for this course works, and I remember how important it is for my assignments to all average over 80%, or at least 80% or higher, because that gets me to that exceeds expectations range, and that's what's going to allow me to walk away at the end of the semester with my well-earned A for the course. So I'm not liking the 72.5%. Maybe I could make up for it by doing a stronger performance on the next couple of argument constructions, but I don't like that kind of pressure. So what I want to do is I want to see if I can pick up some points that I missed on the first go round. And the way that I do that is by clicking on the assignment here, and then I'll see what I submitted here and any comments that I may have written back to you in this window. And really importantly, I'll see the scoring rubric. And now what I can do is I can start to walk through every single aspect of this assignment and see where I got full points and where I didn't get full points. So you can see here, I got my assignment turned in on time, so I got those 5 points right off the bat. Good for me. And now I look down here at problem 1, question 1, and I see I didn't get full points for this problem. I've got this little red line here, which tells me you didn't get full points for this problem. A green line indicates you did get full points, but a red line indicates you got something less than full points. And in this case, I missed 3 whole points. I got 0 points for my answer to problem 1, question 1, which was the question that required me to translate the sentence, "There's no such thing as a logic student that's not a rascal," into standard form. Now, for any problem that has a little red line under it, any problem that I didn't earn full points for, I'm going to see beneath that comments that are either explaining to me what's wrong with the answer I provided, or providing me information that I should consider when reevaluating my approach to that problem, or both of those things. Okay, so you can see here I've left some comments about what the standard form categorical proposition forms are, and then I can continue to kind of roll forward and evaluate my performance on each one of these things. And sometimes what I'm going to see is these kind of headbang moments where I think, oh my God, I forgot to label my Venn diagrams. And because I forgot to label them, I think that's one of the problems here. Because I forgot to label them, I missed out on 2 points. That's 2 points I just threw away in the trash because I didn't put a little L and R next to my circles on my Venn diagram, okay? So sometimes I'm going to look through these things and I'm going to see that there are really easy ways for me to pick up points. And then other times there may be things that I'm going to have to give some more consideration to. I may choose to just work on the problems that I think are easy fixes and pick up those points. Or I may, as I hope you do, choose to be sort of obsessive and work as hard as I can towards getting 100% on this by addressing both the easy problems and the more difficult, complicated problems that I didn't get quite right. Now, you're going to get an email from me, and that email is going to outline for you very specific instructions for submitting your revised answers to these argument construction problems. Okay, so you want to pay really careful attention to this email. It's always super frustrating to me when folks they don't do this in the way that I'm asking them to do it, and then I think oh my God, this person must hate me because they're making this so difficult for me to evaluate the revised answers. So pay really careful attention, in particular to these first 3 items where I'm explaining to you that what I want you to do is I want you to create a whole new document, a nice blank document. And what I want you to do is I want you to take the answer to a problem you didn't get full points for, and I want you to copy that problem, and I want you to paste it into this new document, okay? so that I can see this is the way I originally answered the question. Original answer. Why can't I write here? Original answer. Okay, and I'm going to make it as easy as possible for the instructor to see, look, this was my original answer. And here is my revised answer, blah, 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 whatever that is. In fact, I may, because I'm this obsessive type, I may be doing things like this. I'm going to bold this. I'm going to put it in red so that this guy in his senility can't miss my work, because that way I can pick up full credit for all of these problems. Okay, so this is the approach you're going to take. Any problem that you choose to revise and submit to me, you're going to include what you originally, you're going to include first what problem we're talking about, which part of the problem we're talking about, and you're going to include your original answer and then your revised answer. That makes it really easy for me to see. This is what you did the first time. This is what you're doing now. Okay? The thing you don't want to do, the thing that would cause me to pull hair out of my head if I had any to pull out, would be to go into your original document, the one that you submitted, and think, oh, okay, I didn't get full credit for problem number 1. Oh, I'll just take another stab at that. I'll get rid of my original answer and I'll just put in a new answer, and then I'll submit it to him. And then he can do the legwork of going through and figuring out what it is that I have changed or added to this argument construction assignment. And I'm going to force him to look at every single thing in this argument construction assignment, even though I may have only changed one thing. Don't do that. It makes me really, really angry, and I don't want to become like the Hulk, and you don't like me when I'm angry. All right? So once you've got your original and revised answers nice and cataloged, why can't I get this to move off of my screen here? Sorry. Once you've got all of those answers into a nice, clean document, you can click on Resubmit Assignment right here. And that's going to take you to a page where you can now upload that new document that has all of your revised answers to it. All right. And again, I'll review them and I'll provide you feedback. And if you've not quite yet gotten it right, I'll explain to you yet another way to think about it in case you want to take a third stab at that problem. If you read, if you look at a problem you didn't get full points for, and you look at my comments on that problem, and you think about it, and you review your notes, and you are just stumped, that's when you reach out to me and you say, look, I'm looking at this Venn diagram. You told me that I showed what it looks like when this statement is true, but I really need to create a Venn diagram that shows you what it looks like when it's false. And I have no idea how to do that or what that even means. I can help you figure that out. You just got to let me know, okay? Or if you're working through something and you think, gosh, I'd really like to verify that this is actually the right answer before I include this in my submission, you can always send that to me and say like, hey, this is what I've revised answer, number 2 for on problem number 3. Is this correct? And I'll tell you. And that way, when you submit it, you can submit it with confidence. All right. So again, doing these revisions is totally optional, but it's an opportunity that's available to you free of charge. And you can pick up a lot of points on this assignment all the way up to 100%. So I strongly encourage you to take advantage of the opportunity to do so. And that way you can go into the rest of the semester feeling like you kind of nailed things, and all you got to do is keep doing what you're doing.